Halo episode 8. Where do we begin? Where do we end? Okay. All right, so let's get the spoilers out of the way. As predicted, Master Chief and her are an item now. They just decide to go have sex. He just goes there, strip off, they have sex. We don't see it, so that's really good. You know, we cut to they come together, we cut, then they're there. She's got the chance to kill Master Chief because he's fully asleep. And she could just jab him in the neck with her little finger thing. Cortana can be everywhere, but apparently Cortana can't be in her room to notice the few times that she's got her little finger thing going. No one seems to have noticed that. No cameras in the room, apparently. No microphones either. Halsey can speak to her through a hologram, and no one knows that's happening. So Halsey decides she's going to blank all the communications out across the whole base, get the Spartans to kill Master Chief. Master Chief's body will be taken over by Cortana. The Spartans will take the artifact and possibly cut Cortana's controlled Master Chief body, go to Halsey's ship and take off. But of course, the girl, is now in love with Master Chief, thinks humans are okay after all, until they don't believe her and find out just at an opportune moment that she was the one that had the worm deeblies. So they decide to poke her with a cattle prod and make her not like humans anymore. But they do all that right next to the artifact because, you know, high-ranking prisoner and you don't really have a guard on someone like that. So, of course, she touches the artifact. Now, remember, when Master Chief touched it, it gave him what he wanted in the ship to repower the ship and get him away. So it's potentially given her what she wanted as well because, you know, that same energy pulse just took everything out. Her and Master Chief appear on the Halo ring and she says, "Goodbye, Master Chief," or John or whatever. I don't even know what she said now, except goodbye. And I guess that means she's going somewhere. And so Master Chief's lost his girlfriend. Yeah. A lot of frustration in this episode. I was sitting there like, oh my God, that wouldn't happen. No one would do that. Oh, jeez. It just felt like watching one of those B-grade horror movies where everybody knows the killer's stalking and what do? I'm going to go and investigate that noise. But there's a killer out about. I know, but I heard a noise. I have to investigate it. Why don't we stay here as a group of 20 people? We'll be safe. No. I have to go and investigate that noise by myself. It's that kind of level of stupid frustration in this episode. On a plus side, they left on a cliffhanger that was with her touching the artifact and wiping everything out. And now we have to go, well, how does Master Chief? Master Chief is on the ground. He's got a gun pointed at his head by a Spartan who's being told, kill him. So there's that part of the cliffhanger. Of course, once she touched the artifact, that all changed. So who knows what happened to them. But now what happens? Tune in next week to find out. So I'll give the episode kudos for at least leaving us on a cliffhanger. So episode of frustration that ended on a cliffhanger. And after all is said and done, I still don't care about Kwan Ha.